Hello and welcome to Bro Duel. Today we're back with the top 100 most popular Skyrim mods. And we'll jump right into it at number 70 with Noble Skyrim. This large scale texture overhaul replaces a ton of your game's textures. Everything from the smallest bits of clutter to the entirety of Skyrim's landscape, including its roads, bridges and all 7,000 steps of High Hrothgar. Its main aim is to bring life into Skyrim's architecture and then replace hundreds of other textures to make it all seamlessly fit in with the new theme. One thing that really stands out in particular is the increased focus on each city's iconic colours and style, which when combined with the new flooring, tiling and interiors, it makes re-exploring these cities feel fresher than ever. The mod does a great job in sticking to the older, worn down aesthetic when necessary, while also offering a more modern twist to some of Skyrim's newer towns and cities. Typically the textures are darker than what you'd be used to in vanilla, but that'll probably be offset by your ENB and other lighting mods. There's also a wider spectrum of colour used, which can be seen all over, but especially in the new wooden boards and flooring. Altogether, Noble Skyrim is our go-to texture overhaul, and it's the one we've been using in our videos for the past year, so we definitely think it deserves its spot in the top 100. Coming in at 69, we have the unofficial Hearthfire patch. We're sure most of you are familiar with the unofficial patches by now, but if you're not, here's a quick rundown. The patch has been designed to fix most of the bugs that you'd encounter when using the Hearthfire DLC. Whether it's bugs that affect gameplay or just minor NPC item and text errors, they've all been fixed. While fixing those, the patch also ensures its compatibility alongside practically every other Hearthfire related mod out there. At this point, most users will probably go straight to the Legendary Edition of the unofficial patch, which covers the base game and all of the DLC. Whatever the case, Hearthfire in particular was more prone to bugs and errors, so this or the Legendary unofficial patch is absolutely essential. At 68 is the Relationship Dialogue overhaul. This clever mod repurposes over 5,000 lines of NPC responses, with the specific aim of revitalising dialogue used in the various relationships that you can have in Skyrim. We've all been there when an NPC hits their dialogue wall and starts to repeat the same one or two neutral phrases regardless of whether they're an ally, an enemy or your spouse. To fix that, the mod has respliced and reused dialogue from other areas to create entirely new responses. The end result is your friends always speaking to you like a friend, your enemies always speaking to you as if they hate your guts, and your spouse will be more loving even when they're following you. So for example, your wife Lydia will no longer address you as my Thane when out on the field. With dozens of new lines for NPCs to use, it makes them feel more engaging and realistic in their responses, especially when you have some sort of relationship with them. If Nazim doesn't like you, he'll be sure to let you know in ways you've never heard before. If you keep bugging him, he might even start to ignore you altogether, by simply walking away whenever you try to speak to him. So if you're looking to break down those robotic responses and have a bit of extra banter between you and your favourite NPCs, then this is a fantastic immersion boosting mod to grab. Coming in at 67 is Fuzzrodo Silent Voice. If you've ever downloaded a mod that was pretty dialogue heavy but didn't come with much or any voice acting, then you probably downloaded this mod. It's a modder's resource that makes it so unvoiced dialogue tricks Skyrim's engine into thinking the NPC is talking, so they'll still move their mouths as if they were. Without the mod installed, NPCs would just blankly stare into your eyes as you try to read what they're saying, which definitely breaks immersion and can even be a little creepy. But more importantly, without it there's no pacing in the dialogue, so it'll quickly skip through the multiple sentences without giving you the chance to read. In a perfect world, we'd have the voice acting of Beyond Skyrim Bruma in every little quest mod, but until that day, there's Fuzzrodo. And the last mod for today at number 66 is FNAS Sexy Move. This isn't the typical mod you'd find featured on our channel, but that's one of the quirks of this top 100 series, getting to see mods we normally wouldn't. The mod introduces 9 female walking animations for all female NPCs as well as the player. Everything is controlled in the mod's menu, where you can select any of the 9 new animations to use for the player. But interestingly, the mod offers an automatic random selection for NPCs. So you'll notice the female NPCs around you all have a slightly different spring in their step, or sway in their hips, which is great for boosting variety. In the mod menu you can also control specific NPCs. So if you don't think Adrienne should have such a feminine walk, you can change it to suit her style or just have her use the vanilla animations. We actually really like the core idea behind the mod, in that it adds more variation in NPC animations, giving each one that extra bit of flair. We'd love to see a similar mod that adds around a dozen slightly different movement animations for both genders, so the NPCs around you all have their own individual swagger. And with that we step to the end of today's video. If you're interested in any of today's mods, you can find links to all of them down below. As always, be sure to leave endorsements on any mod you enjoy, be sure to check out g2a.com, and thanks for watching.